2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. The action tonight will be happening out in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will be going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And for Memphis, in comparison to where they were record-wise at this point last season, it seems they've taken a step backwards. They're trying to make up that ground. With the new year getting ramped up, teams just getting into the swing of things. Kenny, some major storylines already brewing. What are you seeing out there?
Well, you know, the rosters aren't coming together yet, and it's still early. It's still tough to figure it out. But then there's a lot of teams that's just off the radar right now, but they've been impressive. So I think that it's too early to tell. You know, too early to tell.
Hey, come on, you're going to give me an answer.
I can't give you these ELNs, these Ernie-like numbers yet. It's too early.
Well, I see emerging young guns. You know, I see a couple veterans now hitting the wall, physically getting up there in age. But I got to agree with Kenny, Ernie. It's too early to tell.
Jeez, I'm sorry I asked. Time to tip it off. Here's Kevin Harlan.
You asked too early.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The Star-Spangled Banner, sung by musical artist Linda Lynn. Welcome, everyone, to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Los Angeles Clippers can deliver the goods here at home. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies. Last season, they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, DeAndre Jordan shoots with his left hand, but he bowls with his right. He throws with his right, and he finishes with his right around the rim. But he insists he's left-handed. He said, I tried to shoot with my right hand, and it was pretty much the same, maybe worse. I'm going to stick with the left because I've been practicing that for a while. Kevin?
Interesting strategy, DA. Thank you. Jordan shoots a high percentage from the field. You can't fault him for using that logic. And these are both veteran teams, Steve. They've been around. A game like this is a test of wits as much as anything.
They understand what it takes to win. They understand how to will themselves into wins. They understand you can't make mistakes mentally. Veterans, they know how to pull it out. They want to keep it close, and they feel they can win at the end.
And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Memphis, Evans the 2 with Parsons at the 3. In the post, it's Green and Gasol together. And it's Conley in at the point guard. Gasol, no good. And the Clippers have possession. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
You know, their focus wasn't there in that one. Same with the shot selection.
I've seen worse shooting nights, but this was pretty bad, and it obviously cost them the game.
Hey, Greg, when you look at all the dunks that DeAndre Jordan has on his resume, it's pretty impressive.
And Jordan, I feel, is even underrated with his dunking ability. Very agile. You can see that in warm-ups as well as the dunk contest. His unmatched power when attacking the rim, really unprecedented. He may be the best athlete in the league.
No good on that one.
You know, he's standing 6'11", 265 pounds. DeAndre Jordan remains an absolute force in this league, a big guy who is hard to contain.
And the second free throw, good.
And for DeAndre Jordan, he doesn't do a lot of things on the floor, but what he does do, he does extremely well, in my opinion. One of the best dunkers and finishers inside. He's also a fantastic rebounder on both ends.
Here's Los Angeles now. Everly with the ball. Griffin inside, guarded by Green. Makes it off the glass. Griffin's got his first points of the game. And with Jordan, it's not a knock to say he doesn't do too much. You know, Steve, he knows exactly what he's got to do and how to execute it. He's very much a classic center.
Yeah, he is. He's a throwback center, and he stays within himself. But what he does at an elite level is rim protection, rebounding, and finishing.
On offense, here are the Clippers. Jordan with the screen on Conley. And Beverly kicks to Rivers. And here's Gallinari outside. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Parsons against Gallinari. Conley kicks to Gasol. Shoots over Griffin. Here's Green. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Quick off the floor for these offensive rebounds. Green's 7'2" wingspan. It helps him snatch them.
Jordan the screen. Out to Gallinari. Here's Griffin. That one, no good. Great D that time from Green. Inside. And Parsons slams it in.
Tyreek has solid floor awareness. Outstanding at knowing when one of his guys is open.
Conley against Beverly. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
Now here's Green. Gasol, a screen on Rivers. Over Rivers. Misses off the left iron. The Clippers trail. Jordan sets the pick for Gallinari. Here's Rivers. Rejected by Gasol.
Gasol with those long arms is a shot blocking expert, especially down low.
And Parsons gets it to go. And the Grizzlies, they come in off the loss to Orlando.
And I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all the way around.
You know, sometimes you just have to erase a game from your memory and move on. And I believe they have, and they will recover.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Conley, the pass to Gasol. Evans, a screen on Jordan. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. Back to Gasol. From past the arc. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for Los Angeles.
And no doubt they relied upon that three-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
That'll be a 5-second call.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Rivers, how he performed last season. He was around 12 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
For sure. Things can get stagnant without that spark plug. He always seems to supply points for them in bunches.
Conley's shot is off.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
You know, going up against size, you know you have to get separation. Nice move from mid-range.
Now here's Conley. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one, and it's Evans missing. The Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Griffin, a screen on Conley. Beverly dishes to Griffin. Back to Beverly. 6 to shoot. Here's Rivers. And that one goes long. Memphis leading.
And maybe no team in this league more connected with its city than the Grizzlies are with Memphis. A common identity, grit and grind, defining them both.
Now here's Green. Memphis moving that ball around. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Clippers shooting 43% since taking the floor today. And Gallinari kicks to Beverly. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. And the Grizzlies began their first 6 seasons, of course, in Vancouver, British Columbia. Now, hard to believe they're in their 17th season here in Memphis.
You know, they found a home on the banks of the Mississippi, a loyal, passionate fan base. It's a small town, but that fosters the family relationship between the players and the community.
Here is Conley. Gallinari making his last shot. Gasol passes to Green. Great D that time from Griffin.
I like the aggressive move on the layup attempt, but the defender, he just stayed right with him.
And here's Gallinari outside, and it's Gallinari again missing. Memphis has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out, looking cold from outside. Evans against Rivers. Evans dishes to Parsons. Green with a screen for Parsons to stop the drought, trying his luck deep. It's good from long range. Green's got 5 now.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
I'm loving this one. It's been back and forth with these lead changes. It's probably going to just come down to who has the ball last.
Jordan kicks to Beverly. Over Conley. And it's Beverly missing. It's tipped. Memphis has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Over in the corner, Green. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And it's a 5-point Grizzly lead.
Over his career, JaMychal Green has steadily worked on the perimeter jump shot. You have to respect his range from the outside.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Michael Green was undrafted out of Alabama, an all-star in the D-League, played abroad, now in his 4th season in the NBA.
You know, Kevin, he has been one of the best value contracts in the league, making the minimum salary even as a starter on a playoff team. You know he's been looking forward to his next deal.
Harrell the pass to Reed, and out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Memphis leading by 5. And Chalmers kicks to McLemore. Now here's Ennis. Defense is right there. And here's McLemore. 5 to shoot. Wright sets a screen. Shot by Ennis. Nobody around. No good with the triple. So it's the Clippers now. Williams dishes to Decker. In the corner, Harrell with it. Now here's Decker. T right on him. Can't connect from short range. McLemore the pass to Chalmers. Davis sets a screen. Wright with a screen on Williams. McLemore with the ball. He's against Williams. Osman, we've talked about it. The growth of the game around the globe has really been something to see. How about among international players, guys that catch your eye?
Giannis, his name keeps coming up in all these conversations. Kristaps Porzingis. Al Horford has been fantastic. Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol, Rudy Gobert. There's so many different names. These guys stand out, but I think the young guys is Giannis, Porzingis. Those are the guys I'm really looking at.
I'm a Dragic fan too. Goran Dragic is a guy I like though. He's a slasher. He's a guy that will drive.
He's been very solid.
That free throw good for McLemore. good on both.
And the Clippers are known as a high wire act, and rightfully so with their stars. This team is also one that can at times lock it down defensively. I don't think they get enough credit for what they do on that side of the ball.
Here's Teodosic. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. It's stolen by Ennis. Here's Chalmers. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
The Clippers not a team known for their defense, but quite often the last few years, it's been the deciding factor for them in games.
Yeah, and I think it starts with the pressure they place on ball handlers. They can throw double teams or pick up far out from the hoop. They've got shot blocking inside to erase mistakes as well.
And the first one at the line is good.
It's all about defense for the Memphis Grizzlies. 7 straight years in the playoffs, only one of those where they were in the top half of the league offensively.
And so Chalmers nails both of them. And the Grizzlies remaining an elite defensive team, even with a different defensive system under Coach David Fizdale.
Yeah, right now with Fizz, there's more switching and playing up on shooters. They still protect the paint, and they still have that physical style. Second in the league in personal fouls last season.
Here's Teodosic. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Dallas.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Here's McLemore. The Clippers getting the bucket. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And Chalmers kicks to Ennis. Right, left side. They get it back. Davis. Some solid defense from Reed.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Williams up on top. Guarded by McLemore. Outside Williams. Three-pointer, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Now just a 4-point Grizzly lead.
Smooth shooting motion from distance. Williams making it look easy.
And Chalmers kicks to Davis. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist.
The defense is pretty much helpless once he finds breathing room to get to the basket.
Here's Teodosic. He kicks it to Harrell. Passes it to Reed. Back to Harrell. Feeds to Williams. From outside, off the mark. And there's the foul. It'll go on Willie Reed. That'll be his second foul of the game. Memphis leading by 6. The pass to McLemore. Out to the right wing. The feed to Chalmers. Kicks it to Ennis. Right wing. Pass to McLemore. Now here's Ennis. Defense right on him. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
He was all alone. Looks like he gets a little too relaxed. He has to maintain his focus.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. That one goes. Count it.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Now here's Chalmers. Davis sets a screen. 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Davis setting the pick for McLemore. Shoots off the screen, and no good that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. Dishes it to Reed. And the dunk by Reed.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Now Chalmers. Out to the right wing. Wright dishes to Chalmers. And again, Memphis no good. To the paint. Here's Decker. Can't tie it up as that one misses. McLemore inside the line. Back right after this. And one of our game's most explosive dunkers, DeAndre Jordan, tells us what it feels like to be DeAndre Jordan.
And you jump 20 feet in the air, it's like you're flying for a quick second. And then I've learned that how good the dunk was on the reaction of my teammates.
And for a guy like DeAndre, and a guy of DeAndre's size, guys, it's hard to believe how fluid he is in the air.
He's got some body torque into those jams, and just all around he seems to improve his game every year.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I mean, a solid first quarter, especially looking at that plus turnover ratio.
Take care of the basketball, being disruptive on D. That combination has them out in front.
Williams is out there with Teodosic. Then there's Harrell. Then it's Decker, and it's Reed. And at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. The Clippers shooting well. They're at 45%. Here's Teodosic, defended by Chalmers. Reed a screen. Williams passes to Harrell. Back to Williams. Now here's Decker. He's guarded closely. Over Ennis. They get it back. Here's Harrell. Over Wright. And it's Wright sending it back.
The length of Wright is tough to deal with. If he's nearby when a shot is going up, he can send it back in a hurry.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, we know the Clippers are one of the best teams in the league, but are they good enough to win it all? Coach Doc Rivers talked about overcoming the super teams they face. He said the big three in Boston, put them together, bam, we won. We had Miami, Golden State, but there are teams that still poke through. Dallas did it, and that's what we're trying to do. Kevin?
And with Doc in control, the Clippers, DA, they'll always be in contention for a title. Thanks so much for that terrific report. The dish to Ennis. Memphis moving it around. They get it back. Clippers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Here's Teodosic, and stolen by Wright. And it's Memphis on the break. Chalmers with the ball. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Built for speed, B. Wright has the advantage in transition.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Los Angeles calls timeout, and pretty much every NBA player grew up playing multiple sports. Smitty, which other sports did you play as a kid growing up, and did you think maybe that would have helped you playing basketball later on?
You know, Kevin, I tried football, and it definitely helped me in basketball because I said, no, this is not for me. So let me put all my emphasis in basketball. Taking those hits, I just wasn't built for that. And after that, I ran cross country because you had to do 2 sports in my high school to be able to play one. I didn't like that either, but I think cross country really helped me with basketball.
But I can see where a lot of other sports could help with footwork and hand-eye coordination and right on down the line.
Yeah, soccer I think is number one. I watched Tony Parker, the way his movement, playing soccer. My son right now is playing soccer, Hakeem Olajuwon. I think that's the sport that coincides the best with basketball.
I would agree. Here's Conley. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
And whenever there's a man open, Gasol will find him. An all-around team player.
Beverly with the ball. Now guarded by Parsons. And Beverly kicks to Gallinari. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Michael Conley picks one up. And as good as Gallinari can be on the offensive side, Greg, he's a bit of a one-way player.
Yeah, and Gallinari is best in a situation where you can kind of hide him on defense. You want him out there on the floor due to his genius in terms of the offensive game, but he can't hang with most starting caliber forwards defensively.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Gallinari. And David Fisdale, 8 seasons in Miami as an assistant coach, including 2 seasons as assistant head coach. He's been a top coaching prospect for years.
Well, he's dreamed of becoming a head coach. What he does is he has an unbelievable work ethic. He's determined. Also, he has a great feel for the game, and he has a great relationship with his players and the city of Memphis.
Gallinari hits them both.
When you think of this Clipper team, you think of their offense, but they are a solid defensive group. One of the better defensive teams in the NBA last year. Offense gets the glory, but a lot of their wins come from their defensive effort. When you defend a good mid-range shooter, this is how you contest without fouling.
Griffin dishes to Rivers. He feeds it to Beverly. The 8-footer hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Griffin's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles. Memphis has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And for the Clippers and their defense, Steve, there isn't a lot that they are weak at as a unit. Very tough to give them matchup problems.
Yeah, it is. It starts with DeAndre Jordan. They have rim protection. Check that off. They have speed and length on the wings, and they can switch on defense. Very underrated this team is defensively.
And Evans throws it down.
Love how Evans reacts on defense, using his vice grips to tear the ball away.
Gasol with the steal. Tipped away, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol.
Taking a look at some stats for DeAndre Jordan. Great showing for him last season. First in field goal percentage, third in rebounding, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And last year, he really was the poster boy for scoring efficiency. You could count on one hand the number of bad shots he took. Jordan with a screen on Parsons. Gallinari attacking. He got right to the cup using that screen. Gallinari's got 6 points.
So much of his offense is perimeter oriented. Good to see Gallinari attack inside.
Evans, a screen on Griffin. Conley against Beverly, and the wide open shot from Green. The Clippers grab the miss. Jordan's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Jordan the screen for 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds in the game. Nobody near Parsons. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Clippers have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
Now here's Gasol. He's coming off a 22-point game against Orlando.
He was a shot blocking nightmare out there. 4 blocks on the game and some alter shots as well.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Memphis. Beverly, the pass to Griffin. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
You gotta feed Griffin the basketball. He has it going so far down in the low block.
Conley kicks to Parsons. He dishes it to Green. Gasol, a screen on Gallinari. Parsons against Gallinari. And Parsons gets it to go. 6 points for him.
Getting points any way he can. Parsons can surprise you on the offensive glass.
And Beverly kicks to Griffin. Back to Beverly. To the paint. No good from Jordan.
can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Beverly against Conley. Now here's Green, guarded closely. 5 on the clock. Gasol a screen. Parsons for 3. Hits it from three-point range. And now a 3-point Memphis lead.
Parsons using angles well right there. Lost his man off the screen.
Left side, Griffin. Over Green. No good there.
Wow, he had it at point-blank range, but the defense was all over him.
Inside, here's Griffin. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And we all know Blake Griffin, Steve, is a scoring forward, but he has a very well-rounded game. Besides being an excellent ball handler, he is also one of the best passing bigs in the NBA.
I agree. He's done a nice job of improving in that area. Being able to pass out of the post, pass off the dribble, has a great sense of timing, and could put a pass exactly where he wants.
And that one misses. And as the NBA season gets going, some teams look good on paper, but it doesn't always add up. And as a player, Steve, how do you know that your team has a shot to be special? What are the signs that tell you that?
I think training camp, I think the focus, I think you can just feel that chemistry. And a lot of times you've been on teams where you say, it looks good on paper, but it's not going to work well because skill-wise, general managers think it's going to work. But I think personality, sometimes they just clash.
And you can't have it. Winning teams, they have a little bit of tension, but overall they're on the same page.
You got to be on the same page to win it all.
Conley with it. He's picked up by Jordan. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Beverly dishes to Rivers. Jordan the pass to Rivers. Pass to Griffin. Jordan the screen. Griffin kicks to Gallinari. Los Angeles with another miss.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Evans dishes to Gasol. Shoots from 14. Parsons' shot is off. Clippers trail by 6. Over Green. And Griffin scores. The assist by Rivers. And it's 8 points for Blake Griffin.
The mid-range jumper has become a routine part of Blake Griffin's game.
Conley kicks to Green. And another basket for Memphis.
Well, if you wonder why they're in control of this game, just look at his stats from the field. Solid, solid, solid.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Evans passes to Green. Back to Evans. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Conley's shot is off. Clippers have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Jordan with the screen on Evans. Back to Rivers. The 3. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. And it's now only a 1-point Memphis lead.
When he gets it going from out there, look out.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Last season, another that ended with an injury for Blake Griffin. Had to sit out the rest of the playoffs after hurting his toe early on. He just can't seem to stay healthy for the playoff and misses a lot of time during the season as well.
Well, to say that Blake Griffin has had bad luck with injuries would be an understatement. Started his career off that way, and it's been really an issue ever since.
You know, it'll be something that teams could have to consider when he hit free agency as well. A healthy Griffin is a force to be reckoned with. Has a great all-around game, but just can't stay on the court when his team needs him the most.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And Chalmers kicks to Ennis. A three-pointer, no good. Los Angeles has gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. There's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Memphis trailing here. Now, here's Chalmers. He kicks it to McLemore. Shot from 12. Here's Davis. And just miss after miss right now.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Out to the wing. Chalmers with it. Wright dishes to McLemore. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That's on Lou Williams. And back when Dave Yeager was the coach of the Grizzlies, Steve, he admitted they were slow and old. Is that still the case? Does this team need to get more athletic?
Yeah, I think they do. They play at a slow offensive pace. They don't get a lot of transition points. Their outside shooting has improved, but they can use more athletes.
The first one falls. And McLemore drops them both. Here's Teodosic. We've got 1:18 left now here in the second. Passes it to Harrell. Picked by Williams. Over to the wing. Feeds it to Reed. It's stolen by McLemore. And it's Memphis on the break. Chalmers with the ball. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. 56 seconds left in the first half of the game. Teodosic, the pass to Williams. Reed a screen. Williams gets to Harrell. And it's Wright sending it back.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
End of quarter, great time to squeeze out an extra possession.
3-pointer. And Wright pulls it down. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Here's Ennis. Keeps it alive.
And nothing fancy really about that play. That's just good old-fashioned hard-nosed basketball to get that one.
Decker gets the bucket. Decker's got his second bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here is Chalmers. Wright sets a screen. And Chalmers kicks to Ennis. From deep. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Grizzlies lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Doc, what do you think you'll see from them in the second half?
Well, they're moving the ball. They're just playing to the hot hand, and we got to expect that. So let's not let anyone get hot. That would be nice.
Always the coach's mantra. Thanks, Doc. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Efficiency. You know, I think that's big. That's a key to success. You got to protect the basketball. You can't make those risky passes that lead to highlight film dunks. So I thought it was a great job.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
I think it was their passing that's kept them in the game. You can see it in their assist numbers. They were very, very unselfish. The ball moving from side to side, guys making good cuts. It's enabled them to create a lot of chances. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome back, everyone. There he is, the one and only Magic Johnson, whose statue stands just outside Staples Center. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. JaMychal Green with a strong contribution so far in this one.
What we saw in the first half, he has a nice mixture of moves down low, and they've been going to him.
He is reliable down there. Once he gets going, he is a machine.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first two quarters. The Clippers trail. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Parsons on the outside at 3 with Green at power forward. Evans out there with Conley. And it's Gasol. And at the center, locking down the middle. Now here's Rivers. Out to Gallinari. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Gasol. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 19 points per game last year. 6 rebounds and 4 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
You know what? Everything is coming so easy for him right now, operating on the highest level.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, David Fizdale was one of the most respected assistant coaches in the league before he took over in Memphis last season. He spent 8 seasons in Miami, where LeBron James played for him. LeBron said he has every quality that would fit a head coach. He's confident in his ability, a great learner, a great communicator. So it was great to see him get the nod, and he's proven so far why he's capable of the job. Kevin?
And an endorsement from LeBron is never a bad thing, D.A. Thanks so much. Now here's Parsons. Following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. Parsons dishes to Evans. Green against Jordan. 6 on the shot clock. Green with a screen for Evans. Steps back and fires. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Beverly, and the layup's good off the glass.
When he's not shooting threes, you'll find Patrick Beverly at the rim.
Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Parsons outside. There's a good screen. The feed now to Evans. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Beverly, the pass to Rivers. No good. That would have tied it. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Outside Conley. Evans kicks to Gasol. Over Jordan. No good from Gasol.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others?
And Doc Rivers, Steve, a coach who has one of the rare distinctions of being traded from one team to another. This, of course, happened when the Celtics traded him to the Los Angeles Clippers.
I mean, Kevin, this was so odd. Doc Rivers was worth a first-round draft pick in the 2015 draft for the Clippers. Rivers asked to be moved as he didn't want to go through the rebuilding process what the Celtics had in front of them.
You think back to the start of Austin Rivers' NBA career, and you see just how far he's come as a player. Has always had the physical skills and speed, but has made big leaps, I think, Steve, in his play.
You know what? You're right, Kevin. Looking back at his rookie year, he just seemed overwhelmed. But now he's on the floor, he looks in complete control. Game has slowed down for him. He has become a much more efficient player.
And it's tied up with that one.
Austin Rivers, the son of a famed player and basketball coach Doc, making an impact in his league with his overall play.
And so he's able to get one of two. Smitty, we've seen our share of dominant teams in the past decade. The big three in Boston, Miami, of course, with LeBron, KD joining the Warriors. You played against a lot of incredible teams during your terrific career. Which team was the most intimidating for you, or which team did you have the most respect for?
You know, I would say it was later in their career, but intimidation was a factor. When you play against the bad boys in Detroit, I mean, the fouling of those guys. But I think from a sheer talent, it was the Chicago Bulls. They were the first team, especially not my era, won 72 games. They would come in and just steamroll you with their offense, with their defense, and their execution. So those two teams were the two teams I would think was most intimidating.
Now Gallinari following Tyreek Evans' three-point attempt. Outside Griffin to the middle. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Los Angeles with another miss. Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. From 11 feet away, and that one off the back of the rim and in. 6 points for Tyreek Evans.
You can't afford to leave one of Conley's teammates wide open. He will make you pay.
Green against Griffin. Over Green. Griffin's shot is off. Memphis leading. Here's Evans. 6 points for him. There's the pass to Conley. Outside Green. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one.
JaMychal Green with the height and the bounce to do some damage inside.
Now here's Rivers. He has 6. Griffin dishes to Gallinari. Jordan the screen. Oh, Griffin in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yet another way Griffin beats you. Great body control going up over the top.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Conley against Beverly. Gasol inside. Here's Parsons. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. That one on Gallinari.
Well, the challenge defending Parsons inside, he can go either direction and finish with either hand.
Well, a max contract last season for Chandler Parsons, despite, Greg, his history of knee injuries. That was a bold move by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they needed a great two-way wing player for years. Hopefully, Parsons can get healthy and fulfill that role for this team.
2 shots.
No good on that one. Well, you look back at the Clippers and what hurdles they've had to jump through, and they've faced a lot of bad luck over the last couple years, especially with injuries.
You know, this team can't catch a break, and it always seems like it's when playoff time is around. Always, it seems like one of the key star players are missing in the postseason. It happens year after year. It stunts their title hopes.
And he's good on the second.
Chandler Parsons gives you a little bit of everything. He can dribble it, he can shoot it, he can pass it. A very versatile player.
Now here's Beverly. Jordan with the screen on Green. Here's Gallinari. Up and in on the layup. Gallinari's got 8 points.
A good screen made all the difference. It led to an open look.
Evans passes to Green. Back to Evans. Kicks it to Conley. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Grizzlies.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
The Clippers have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. And Beverly kicks to Griffin. Rivers dishes to Griffin. Over Green. And the shot falls short this time.
And this is a guy that can get you stops, aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well. Just hasn't had his night, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
Gallinari passes to Jordan, dishes it to Beverly. Gallinari right side over Green, and there's Gallinari on the assist by Beverly. And that's 10 points for Gallinari.
With a hand in his face, Gallinari showing great confidence and composure.
Parsons against Gallinari. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Grizzlies have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Davis is checked in for Gasol. Wright comes in for JaMychal Green. Then McLemore, he's checked in for Tyreek Evans. And Fresh subbed in for Mike Conley.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The Clippers with another early playoff exit last season. You still have to like the core of this team. Window might be closing, but they're always competitive.
Now here's Harrell on the wing. Williams. Pass to Decker. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Davis. Parsons right side. And he overshot that one, missing. And Steve, tough to lose Chris Paul, but what do you like with this new roster in Los Angeles with the Clippers?
Well, Kevin, they did sign Danilo Gallinari. That gives them some size and shooting on the perimeter. They added depth in the backcourt without Chris Paul. They added Patrick Beverly and others. They'll look to do it by committee.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Memphis has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. There's the dish to McLemore to the wing right side. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Parsons. And the miss by Parsons.
And that's rough. He did have 3 in the first half, but hasn't had one since.
Teodosic, the pass to Decker. Buries the long-range jumper. Decker's got 7 points in the game. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Parsons on the wing. 13 points in the game. Now here's McLemore. He's guarded by Williams. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Reed pulling it down. Reed's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Decker. Parsons with some nice D. And stolen by Harrell. Pass to Teodosic. He can't hit that time. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Now McLemore. And Wright kicks to Chalmers. Left side Parsons. Wright outside. Here's Davis. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Can't convert, but a good opportunity from mid-range. He'll take that every time.
Decker gets the bucket. Decker's got 5 points now this quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
And Chalmers kicks to Wright. Now here's McLemore. He's covered closely. Got a hand on it, and they're able to recover. Stolen by Decker. Down low, Harrell. That one misses. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. And that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road. And Chalmers kicks to Parsons. And McLemore now atop the key. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And it's 7 points for Ben McLemore.
Because he's inconsistent from range, the defense dares him to take that shot. Bad gamble there.
Passes it to Decker. To the inside. And it's Harrell missing.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Now here's Decker, covered by Parsons. Decker gets the bucket.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
Ball's knocked loose. Parsons for three. Decker with the rebound.
You know, he really is forcing it right now. This has been a frustrating night for him.
He feeds it to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
The defense looks done right now. No hustle or real desire to get stops.
Here's Chalmers after the Clippers pick up two. Outside, Davis. Over Reed. And it's Davis missing.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well. His combination of energy and anticipation showing up on the offensive glass.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Teodosic, the pass to Williams. Reed a screen. Here's Decker. And the three off target. Memphis trailing here. Here's McLemore. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
And his percentage at the line last season, right at the 75% mark.
One shot.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1. 12 seconds left to play here in the third. Reed a screen. Now here's Williams. From deep. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Grizzlies out in front. They're up by 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Let's hear what Doc Rivers has going on over in his huddle.
Hey, guys, I told you, one bucket at a time, all right? One bucket at a time and extra passes. Extra passes. Let's go, baby.
Doc Rivers keeping his guys focused on the moment, trying to maximize the results of each possession.
Yeah, and there's no value in getting too far ahead of yourself. Just run the offense the way it was designed and just look for good shots each possession.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. We've got Reed. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Decker. Then it's Williams. And it's Teodosic in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And not going to let him get that easy dunk. Defense stopping the easy two, but a foul called and a trip to the free throw line instead. That's good from Harrell. Jordan, he's checked in for the Clippers. Alinari comes in for Decker. Marcus All's checked in for the Grizzlies. second free throw, no good.
He wanted to get his team the lead, and even though he didn't, he should feel good. At least he tied it up.
And Wright kicks to Chalmers. Gallinari with the steal. Now the pass to Teodosic. And it's Jordan with the jam.
When you are dealing with DeAndre, you just have to wrap him up sometimes and hope he misses, because he is one of the most powerful players in the league.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Rivers comes in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Teodosic. Tyreek Evans is checked in for Memphis. Mike Conley comes in for Fresh. And the free throw, no good.
And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done.
Now here's Evans. That doesn't go either for Evans.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
A nice shot by Rivers.
And Beverly knows his role well. Excellent at zipping the ball over to his teammates.
And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that fourth or fifth star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through. And that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
Now here's Rivers after the Marcus Holmes. Takes it from 10. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in. 9 points for Jordan.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Evans. Outside Gasol. Back to Evans. And Griffin sends it back.
Griffin has great timing. That's the reason why he blocked that shot.
Jordan sets the pick for Beverly. Jordan the screen. Rivers dishes to Griffin. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The first free throw is good.
You know what? He has insane athleticism, Blake Griffin. But you see the reason why he's become a franchise player. He's added the mid-range game, and he can pass it.
Green, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Blake Griffin hits them both. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Ennis. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Evans with the steal. Inside, and Ennis slams it in.
Evans is a good all-around player, someone who sees the floor well and makes great passes.
Feeds it to Rivers. Marcus Gasol picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
Jordan the screen. Here's Gallinari. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
The slashing ability of Gallinari. They like to put the ball in his hands and let him go to work.
Conley, the pass to Gasol. Evans setting the pick for Gasol. Gasol, a screen on Beverly. Conley kicks to Green. Lock at 6. Memphis moving it around. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter.
Not in rhythm. He had the 2 triples in the first half, none so far in the second.
And Griffin slams it in.
Just relentless. Really impressed with how they've been able to maintain that focus.
When you have a huge lead, it's easy to get sloppy on offense. They haven't fallen into that trap.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. He does not like the high foul number in this game. He told them, you've got to stop biting on the shot fake. Stop gambling for steals. That's giving them easy points at the line. We'll see how they respond.
Now here is Conley. Gasol. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
That's how you like to set up a big man for the shot. Gasol just catching it and letting it go.
Gallinari outside. Jordan the screen. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
The league has long had a rookie orientation program. People rave about it. It continues to develop and evolve. More recently, Steve, they've created a program for players transitioning to retirement. This is an outstanding idea. What's important with that in your eyes?
I'm glad you brought that up, Kevin. I think the rookie orientation should even start even earlier. I think it should start at the college level. Not saying that everybody's going to make it to the NBA, but it helps you what they give you just in the game of life. And then transitioning to retirement, I think it should be the first day you sign that NBA contract, the transition should start, because it could end with an injury. And obviously we know even if you play a lengthy career, in 10 or 12 years is over.
Like if you were going to talk to a young player and if the player said, Steve, give me one thing that I need to remember as I go through my career and then it ends, what's the one thing, piece of advice you would feed to a young player about what's going to be at the end of this journey?
Well, I think first of all, there's a couple things, Kevin, and I have to answer. First, you got to keep your value system. Second, financially, you got to understand is make it simple as possible. You're not going to be able to live on the same type of salary for the rest of your life. So if you have a contract, say $20 million, in a simple way, divide that up for like 50 years, because that's how much you're going to need to be able to live off on. Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Gasol gets it to go.
What a valuable asset to the offense, having a big with that kind of range.
Rivers against Evans. From the wing. Another miss by Griffin. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Here's Ennis. Offensive rebound. Shots good by Green.
So far, Jermichael has his name all over this game. He is taking smart shots and not forcing anything out there.
And Beverly kicks to Griffin. They set the screen. Here's Rivers, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And Memphis making a change here. Parsons is checked in. Beverly against Conley. The turnaround Jay. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Parsons with it, now guarded by Gallinari. Back to Parsons. Another shot, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
With the size of Marc Gasol, it's awfully tough to bother his shot without fouling.
And the rebounding numbers for Marc Gasol have fallen off a bit in recent years. Steve, that concern you at all?
Well, yeah, they're going to fall off because he's shooting more threes, so the offensive rebounds are going to decline. His offensive game has become more perimeter-oriented. He's not the quickest, so they like him getting back on defense a little quicker.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Did you know Marc Gasol had never shot more than 17 three-pointers in a season? Last season, he fired up over 250 of them. He connected at a high rate also.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And Steve, Coach Fizdale told Gasol, I want you shooting at least 4 triples a game. So Gasol has the green light.
And what impresses me, his field goal percentage stayed steady even when he took all those triples. Gasol, a great shooter from everywhere. What a luxury to have from your center position.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Reads the play, quick reaction, almost comes up with that steal.
Stolen by Beverly. Here's Griffin. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And the shot goes in. And that's 17 points for Chandler Parsons.
Great job there to shield off the defenders and finish inside.
And Beverly kicks to Griffin. Beverly against Conley. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
And he makes the first.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter, someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Evans dishes to Parsons. Gasol setting the pick for Parsons. And he banks in the layup. Parsons got 10 points in just the second half.
And when Chandler Parsons gets it going, there isn't a lot you can do to slow him down. Everything is working.
And Beverly kicks to Gallinari. Cans it from downtown. Gallinari's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Sometimes it's all about patience. His first 3 of the game, something to build on.
And there's the feed to Gasol. Unloads from 13. And that one falls coming off Conley's feed. Conley's got his 5th assist in this one. Rivers with it. Gallinari outside. Jordan the screen. Gallinari passes to Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 18 rebounds.
Love how involved DeAndre gets on the pick and roll plays. There are a few things more terrifying for a defense seeing him cut to the basket after he sets a screen.
Gasol, a screen on Beverly. Conley kicks to Gasol. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Conley outside. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 8 rebounds in this game. Stolen by Michael Conley. And it's Memphis on the break. Ball going up court. Parsons dishes to Conley. And the shot is good.
Not shy at all of taking it inside. Mike Conley comfortable scoring amongst the tall timber.
Rivers passes to Griffin. Green with the block. 5-on-3 break. From 11 feet away. Nice jump shot. Good. Green's got 20 points.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters, that's tricky.
Gallinari has screen on Conley. And Beverly kicks to Gallinari. Kept alive. The Grizzlies trail by 10. To the inside. Gasol. And Jordan sends it back.
DeAndre Jordan is a force on defense. Tough to
look at that.
Nice. Griffin is just fearless. I mean, a guy who is not scared of anything. That was ridiculous.
Memphis has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Green with a screen for Parsons. Fades. Misses off the right eye.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Evans outside. Count that one.
Tyreek is good at playing bigger than his size. A great finisher, close to the cup.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Clippers.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance. But in particular, a real good game it was for Blake Griffin.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm. And that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
And here's Beverly. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, you guys were down early, but you came back. At what point did you take over the game?
I think we still came out a little flat at the beginning of the game, but, you know, we got ourselves together, gathered ourselves, and we know that, you know, in order to win games and championships, we have to come out and get stops. So that's what we did.
And that turned things around, DeAndre. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.